Hi everybody, Jeff Esposito here from jeffesposito.com. Here to talk to you today about Putting the Public Back in Public Relations by Brian Solis and Deidre Breakenridge. You know, the book right now goes over the state of public relations. If you're a PR pro or just a general marketing person, have this feel of PR, you know something about this, or you're even a journalist, you know one thing about PR right now. You probably think it sucks. There is something wrong with PR. There's no question about it. Too many of our fellow brethren in the PR industry will do the blanket emails where it says, okay, here we go, this contact list of 50 emails. Let's beat in your head with this pitch about my product. I don't give a crap if it fits you or not. But hey, look, I'm still going to pitch you. That's my job. I'm going to be a robot and send out 100 pitches a day. Rip that up. That's a bad notion about PR. You know, one of the things this book does focus on is that PR is evolving. Social media might be possibly the best thing that's happened to PR. It gives us an open forum to a company where everybody has to be honest. The spin cycle can't exist anymore. You know, there's too many factors in there to where now look at a publication, the Huffington Post. It's went from being a blog to now being one of the biggest news sources out there. Or a site like Mashable, the #1 site to look on for social media news. Or Mike Arrington's TechCrunch, another blog that has now become a viable media source, where back in the day of public relations, this is something we would have ignored because, hey, it's just a blog. We don't need to worry about it. But, you know, one of the things the book does do, and it reads as a book that should be probably put into most college communications courses, and we'll just sit there and say, this is what's happening with PR, here's how it's changing, and here's how you can jump on the bandwagon. And one of the big things to take away from the book itself is that you need to evolve and change with the trends. You also need to be open, honest, and be willing to get to the point and cut through the shit. Nobody really wants to see that. You know, a press release, a pitch right now, there's so much fluff involved with it that it just needs to change. You know, the book goes through a lot of great examples of it, of companies doing it well, companies doing it wrong, and what can be done for the future. You know, because one of the things is PR people right now probably rank up there with telemarketers to a lot of reporters. They don't want to hear from us. How are we going to change that? That's the question. It's how are we going to go from point A to point B? You know, Brian and Deidre make a lot of good points on here in the book and say, this is what's going well. This is how the industry is changing. Here's what we should be doing. We should be trying to build relationships. That's what we are. Think of it like a big cocktail party. We're PR people. We're meant to put point A client with point B story, make them into one, and make it a nice, big, finished product. Make everybody happy. Make us money, and also at the end of the day, make the client happy. You know, that's what we're here for. Our job is to put the best foot forward for our clients. So why are we resorting to spam? And to reporters, seriously, who likes spam? Not me. You know, maybe the guys back in the 40s when they were out of food and needed canned meat to bring with them everywhere. But last I checked, that stuff's still sitting on the counters in the stores. So how are we going to work on this? You know, one of the things there is to embrace social media, embrace blogging, embrace honesty, embrace transparency where you can. You know, I can't say that all the time your company's be able to say, okay, this is what's happening, and not try to spin it in some way. At the end of the day, we all still will spin, but we need to do it to a less of an extent and also build a relationship with the reporter. No more of these cold calls. You know, use tools like Harrow or PropNet, but use them wisely. Don't sit there and just blanket somebody and say, oh, here's how I fit because they gave you an email address. Fit only if the story works. So that's one of the things the book does reinforce in there. It also shows you the way that the trends have changed in the industry. So if you're a PR pro, a communications student, or somebody just trying to get a better understanding of it, I'd say to pick up the book. You know, take a look at it, figure out what's wrong with PR and how it can be fixed. You know, it's one of the things that needs to happen. Otherwise, you know, you can go down to the museum and see the dinosaurs sitting up there because that's as good as many of the people from the PR industry are going to be, especially if we keep going around with the status quo. Status quo doesn't exist anymore. Let's fix things and make it right together. That's the best way to put it for an industry. So, you know, that's my quick review of Putting the Public Back in Public Relations. You know, this is Jeff Esposito from jeffesposito.com signing off and saying have a great night.